guys, dude, we are back on the bench. This time, dude, I've been thinking about making this truck rear wheel steer. So I've had this whole axle housing set up. This is from the front of the Sendero. This is from when I did the independent front suspension on it. So this rig is staying like this, and I've had this rear end or front end sitting around. So I figured, you know what? We're going to try to make this thing rear steer. I'm going to have to get rid of the bed for sure and probably cut it. I've got a couple different servo mount for the axles. This one will actually brace it from the back like that. And this one will actually brace it from the front here. I'm not sure how strong that would be. This one definitely weighs a lot more. But I've had this one sitting around, and this one I ordered. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to run this one. I like how it braces there and here instead of just on this little piece here. So we're going to try this out, see how it goes. Mounts on back here, and I've got the links obviously, and this servo right here, we're just going to use it for test to make sure everything works. Once it's good and it works, then we will go ahead and upgrade that servo to match the front one in here. We'll go ahead and get the bed off and get everything mounted. I'm going to make it simple to where you can just unbolt this rear end, take it out, swap in this one. If you want to change it back around, simple as the shocks, the links, take it out, and you're good to go. All right, let's get to it. You just get your flat plate, some screws, and then this guy. So bolt on just like that. Just like that. Man, I figured this would have been cool. You know, it seemed to have made the servo sit lower and everything. Dang, whatever. We're going to get this bolted on and get this going. Alright, so I went ahead and got this painted black. I didn't want it silver, I just want everything blacked out back there. So you've got 4 long bolts, 4 short bolts. The long bolts are going to be for the servo to mount through the plate, the bolts and the washers, and the 4 short guys will go through from the back through. That way you have clearance for your links and whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get that screwed in there. Alright, so we've got this mounted up, and yeah, there it is. You've got plenty of room there for your links, and that's it. So the next step now is we're not going to put the servo on yet. The next step is going to be basically to tear this thing down. So what I'm going to do is get the wheels off, and get the bed off, and then we'll get the shocks out of there and just unbolt the rear end. We'll bolt this one in there. We've got to undo the drive shaft, and that's it. So we'll get going on that. So there it is. I went ahead and got the rear end out of it. This is the solid axle rear end. Got it out. And the bed, we took that off and whatever. So here we are. We've got the rear end in it. And right now, I had to shim all of this just to get this steering rod here to get a little bit lower. This isn't the rod and things I'm going to end up using. I just wanted to see how all this would work. The servo's in, got it all wired in and everything. Got that arm, servo arm, I guess, going where it's supposed to go. For now, I'm going to end up getting a different servo, different arm, and the correct link. I'm going to get a link that's adjustable here so we can get this all straightened out. But for now, this is where it is. So another thing with the whole four-wheel steering setup is going to be your controller. You know, and right now this is a controller that I'm using for this rig here. This thing, it does have the steering mixing for four-wheel steering. I did notice if you put it on the channel 3, if you plug the servo into the channel 3, it's only on a switch here. So when you hit the switch, it's only turning the wheel. It's only turning the wheel, you know, one way like that. And yeah. So I went ahead and I put it to the channel 4 on there. And now that's mixing it with the steering here, and then I can adjust how much I want this to turn with the front. So right now I have it at like maybe 80%, which I can go lower or higher, but I have it at 80%. So it turns 80% to the front, going maybe 100% on the steer there. So that's just the endpoint adjustment. Again, I got one of these steering links here that's adjustable. I need something that's like 92 millimeters. So to get this back straight down here, and then everything will work good. So I'm going to just go ahead and plug it in real quick, and I'll show you how everything's working right now. Alright, so there it is, powered up, and it's hooked up again to the channel 4 in there. So it is, you know, it's going the opposite of the steering, which, you know, again, I want to be able to control the rear separate than the front. So I'm going to end up having to get now a new controller here that instead of having a button switching on and off or controlling by the wheel, it'll have a separate knob, you know, that I can turn now to control that channel 4. And that knob, as you turn it, it'll be able to control this separate than the front. And I think that'll be a lot better. But right now, with the radio I have, until my new controller comes in, I'm going to try this out and see how it goes. Had to do some adjustments here to get the wheels to go back. They were so angled in, it was crazy. But we got them straightened out as best as we can get it for now. but there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and get the wheels put back on it, and I'll just show you real quick. Alright, so we went ahead and we finished it up. Everything worked great. As you've seen me driving it on the table here, worked great. So went ahead and fixed up the links. So now everything is spaced right, linked great. I have the adjustable servo arm there, a new servo arm here, and the adjustable link right there for the steering rod. This servo, I had it using it somewhere else in a basher, but this is a great servo. It's a Savox 1230 SG, and it has about 500 inch-ounces of torque on it. So it's a perfect match for that front one. We're going to go ahead and use that for now. And I am still waiting on my controller. The controller I ordered was the FlySky GT5, and that thing should work great with this, so I can control the rear steer separate from the front. But there it is, you guys. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.